racing, folks, and it's a very even start from the entire field.
There's a freight train forming behind him right now. He will be as nervous as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. I can give you the hot tip. Sideways as a bishop on a chessboard. That was incredible car control.
Going for a bit of an ambitious dive now, and oh, there's contact! Here they come now around the final turn on the final lap. They're side by side.
Oh, there's contact now. Someone is going to be hitting the showers early tonight, I'll tell you what.
Crosses the line for P1. Brilliant racing, absolutely sensational stuff.
This is heart-pounding. This is nerves-rising. This is sensational TV.
Good evening. Welcome, everyone. We're back again. Welcome to Sensational TV, the undisputed, undefeated, and frankly unmissable home of sim racing in this great sunburnt, law-abiding, sport-obsessed, pie-eating, beer-drinking, thong-wearing nation of ours. My name is Chris Munro, and tonight we have parked the Aussie Sim Racing GEN3 Supercar Championship on an island in the middle of the Detroit River. And everyone has asked to get on with it. Let's get on with it, folks. It's, excuse me, Belle Isle. Fucking hell, that chicken schnitzel has just made its arrival quite early. Belle Isle is a street circuit on an actual island where it already sounds like it's the beginning of a decision that somebody is going to have an answer for later. Narrow, bumpy, lined with walls that have absolutely no interest in getting out of your way. Tonight, we'll get the race info up, folks, if we can. Let's see if it will play ball tonight. It is Detroit Belle Isle, as it's called, 2 laps qualifying, which they are out there doing at the moment. Race 1 will be a 20-minute sprint to the finish. No pit stop required. And then race 2 will be the feature race of the evening. And we'll be looking forward to that. We are 5 rounds into the championship so far, folks. And it is Jordan Eitler out there in front by 20-odd points with Sen and Staley just nipping at his heels. Chris Townend there in the top 3. Then the following are Carpenter, Gretsch, Marshall, Armour, Rogers, Bakir, Sonia, Adrian Cole. Then we got Fitz, Williams, Brittingham, Clark, Long, Lloyd, Karki, Reeves, Jansen, Fallon, and Daniel Merchant rounding out the top 22 so far. And ladies and gentlemen, we're in for a little treat tonight. Joining me in the commentary gondola for this whole magnificent chaos tonight around the street circuit, a man who, and I want to be very careful how I say this, folks, currently sleeps in a bed perched upon atop of a collection of stolen milk crates. That's right, folks, stolen milk crates. Apparently, that's just what you do up in Gympie, Queensland. Welcome, everyone. Ryan Carlson to the commentary box, mate. Welcome aboard tonight. How are you feeling, and what are we in for here at Detroit Belle Isle?
Well, I was feeling great until you told everyone the fact that I told you in confidence with the milk crates. I'm going to get a bit of strife now. Look, I love watching Supercars and I love doing this, so it's going to be a great night, I reckon.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that. They're just finishing up the last of their laps here. So let's bring up the timing tower and see how they're faring tonight. It is Kobe Marshall who's currently sitting on pole position, but there's still 5 minutes to go, and a few of these guys are yet to get around for their first lap, but 2/10 in it back to Blake Fitz, and it's a Camaro lockout 1-2 at the moment. Here's Fitzy now just rounding out his final lap. So maybe he's going faster, maybe he isn't. Let's have a look on the timing. He's actually gone purple in a couple of these micro sectors, so he's looking pretty good here at the moment. Rounding into the tight left-right chicane as they head down the back straight. And he is on absolutely two purple sectors there, Ryan, and he's looking pretty healthy here. Let's see a little slap on the wall as he brings it into the final sector now, all over the place on the slide. Can he get there for pole position?
Oh, well, we'll definitely find out in a second, won't we?
We
Has he gone
certainly
up? No, maybe not.
Let's see. He's about to cross the line here. And it is. He's gone up to pole position, a 132.1. And he pulls it up. Pretty happy with his job there at the moment. Jordan Eitler up there in third. He'd be pretty happy with that. You want to be probably in the top half of this field as you get to these bloody street circuits. And anything can happen out there. Have you had much experience in the way of the concrete barriers at any kind of street circuit, Mr. Carlson?
I've had a lot of experience hitting them, but I mean, passing definitely gets a bit how you going in between them all. But as old matey from Formula One, I can't remember his name, but the journalist that says on Netflix Drive to Survive, you want to start on pole position because it means that everyone's starting behind you.
Oh, some Will Buxton, obvious isms. I think I've got a good one of his. If you if you cross the line first, you go a long way to winning the race. Absolute rubbish coming out of that bloke's face on a constant battle there. But who we got here on board with Armour, and he's got all tangled up there, binned it off that exit. So it doesn't look good for him.
Yeah, it looks like he's done the same thing I would have done in that section, I reckon. Yeah,
that's right. A little bit squirrely and into the barrier. Down here, it's Cole still finishing off his lap. Let's ride on board with him down the back straight. There's another right-hander before they get to that final sector. And on board, it doesn't look like... Oh, goodness me. That's an absolute piss take there. Obviously, he's finished it off. And around he goes. Cook Maitland is also out there in the Aussie colours as well, looking pretty good. Ooh, little slide on the way through, but it looks as if everyone's done their lap so far. We're still waiting on Lloyd, Long, Cumming, Dial, Gretsch, Renault, the DIY man, and Luke Fallon to get it in a time. Possibly I think they might have been done and dusted here, and they haven't been able to set a time. So those guys will be starting down the back. And I'm going to welcome everyone in the chat. We've got a few there. We've got It's Paranoxy saying to refresh the Trading Paints liveries. I've done it twice. And I'll tell you what, that means... Well, you guys got sprayed last time. We did the old on the back of Luke Fallon's car trick to see what sort of message he had. And it was a bit lackluster, to be fair. So now I'm going to have to refresh it for a third time to be disappointed with some sort of clever remark on the back of Luke Fallon's car. So we'll save that for later in the broadcast. But hello to everybody else. Luke Fallon's in there. We've got David Marshall saying that he's run a 30-metre cable from Kobe's PC down the hallway and directly into the router. Oh, well, what a dad. That's fantastic. Those Cat 5 cables are not cheap. Thank you very much. We got Brad McKenzie in there saying, "Let's go, Kobe." Look at that, Kobe Marshall cheer squad right out there in the chat tonight. Who else we got? Chicharello saying, "Absolutely love the noise that these supercars produce." Yeah, you're not wrong. And they've both got a different note to them, Ryan, as well. Which one's your favourite between the two?
Note-wise, I reckon controversially the Mustang. Yes. And I say controversially because I'm a Chev man. So, yeah, look, it's a bit how you going. Controversially also, I reckon the sound of a normal LS1 sounds better than the LS variant they've got in the front of the Camaro and these things. But in fairness, they all sound pretty similar to what they did last year anyway. The only one that sounds proper different from trackside, I reckon, is the Supra. But obviously we can't figure that out from this seat here. Yeah, that's right. No news either on the iRacing front, whether that's going to make an appearance in the game. It'd be good if folks out there got involved in the official races. It seems to be few and far between out there when you're trying to get an official to go official. There's hardly anyone racing except for the sort of SOF on a Monday night, I believe, is the only time you can really get a full grid. Any time else, it's bloody ghost town out there. Yeah, you're not wrong, but these cars are also, I reckon, hardest cars to drive in iRacing, outside of the NASCAR Cup cars at Chicago Street Course. But, I mean, far out, it's not easy to handle these things, especially not in these tight concrete canyons as what these guys are doing, so I don't blame them for not showing up if they're more interested in something that actually grips and turns. Oh, that's right. It's the GT3 circus out there, isn't it? I don't know when it came about, but, I've started sim racing back in 2019, and GT3 cars were, just
same as any other category, really. A few people racing them, enjoying them, whatever, but they weren't the explosion of popularity that they have been lately. So I don't know what's going on there in the marketing department, but everyone wants to drive these bloody ABS traction control friggin' machines that, don't really test your driver skill at all.
It wouldn't surprise me if the likes of your Jimmy Broadbents and stuff like that had something to do with it, because they got really big doing those endurance racing stuff. But
yeah, blame Jimmy. He'll cop it on the chin. Good bloke. Good bloke. Jimmy tunes into the races sometimes as well. So if you're watching out there, Mr. Broadbent, we welcome you back to Sensational TV. We're almost ready for a start here, folks. We've got the lights up. Fitz off the inside. Then we've got Kobe Marshall on his outside. This is going to be a hell for leather down into turn 1, the right-hander. And we are off and racing here for race 1. It's a 20-minute sprint. What a start from Fitz. Absolutely smoked Kobe down into turn 1. And it'll be Jordan Eitler that gets into P2 with Chris Townend following him through. And then a nice little gap back to Kobe Marshall, who didn't get the best of starts, but has settled the ship and now slots into P4. Behind him is Matt Bakir, and you can get a good look at all the cars coming in. It's Eitler going half defensive there because Townend got a really good exit out of turn 2 and 3, so he is right there underneath the rear wing of Eitler so far. And the battle's on for P2, and now he's starting to back him up because Kobe's there ready to pounce with a little gap back to Bakir. Matt Munro there with a decent start as well, up into 6th position. Jacob Smith, and you can see the rest of them all filing through here. A little bit squirrely there from, I think that's Dial. Yeah, just a little scrape on the wall as well. A little contact with Jade Andrews up the inside. I haven't seen that name for quite some time, but welcome back to the series. Kaki there, you can hardly see him in the camouflage gear, but trust me, he's there, folks. You just look for the headlights. Here is Cook Maitland now having a tip up the inside. He's turned him around on the inside there, and contact again. Kaki will not be happy with that, I've got a feeling, but not too much damage done as he gets back out onto the circuit, Ryan Carlson, but now they're all backing up behind.
Mate, look, I missed who turned him, but at the same time, I can't really blame them because I didn't see the car there either. There's more going on in the back here.
It's more happening. That's I think that's Benny Mead by the looks of it, or sorry, it's Cumming. There, just he doesn't know whether he's coming or going at the moment, trying to put that car in the right direction. Here he goes now, but up the front it is battle on because it's Marshall right up the end of Townend here. Let's go on board and see if he can work out some sort of overtake. You see a little bit of snapping oversteer there as well from Kobe Marshall. He's dropped down from 2nd position, mind you, folks at home. Here he goes now, lines him up, big old send up the inside. It reminds you of turn 9 at Adelaide. He's gone deep though and smacked into the wall. Chris Townend takes that position back, says thank you very much, mate. You can try that move all day and keep battering up the front end of that Camaro. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't say much more than that.
Yeah, that's right. Let's go back. Let's find a battle for you, mate. Let's go back here. It looks like Benny Mead in a bit of a sandwich between Smith and Armour here at the moment.
I think which one's Mead? The brown one.
That one right
looks
there.
Like he's going up through the gears. Sort of just seeing what everyone's doing at the moment, I reckon. Seeing where they're braking, making sure he doesn't brake much further so he doesn't end up in the bit of the concrete on the left-hand side there. Geez, looks tricky through this bit, eh? I don't think I'd be able to do it at all. They're just skating on the rear tyres all the way to the wall over there. Going up over the curbs.
That's right. It takes a certain testicle size, I've got a feeling, to strap in and have a crack around one of these little circuits in these big old V8 supercars. No traction control, no ABS, folks. It's all just driver skill. And as I said, testicular size. Let's go back here because it's Jack Dial right on the back of Ash Rogers here at the moment. And Rogers, he didn't get the best of starts, but not as good as Jack Dial. He's up 10 positions now, mind you, as he dives up the inside. Thank you very much for coming in the Project. I'm pretty sure it's a Project 36 car. Those, the SDK has just let me down. Folks in the chat, yeah, it is Project 36, I'm pretty sure, from memory. But you see those colours flying around all the time. In the moment, though, it's Blake Fitz out in front. He's got Jordan Eitler for company there as well. He's the championship leader, folks, so he's just chipping away. And he knows he's got a pretty good lead over Chris Townend there, who's in the midst of a hot battle behind him with Kobe Marshall, as you can see on your screen. Those two just starting to gap the masked warrior back here in the Valvoline, you know what I mean, car. Here goes Matt Munro, though, showing the nose up the inside, deciding to get out of it now before this this next little right-hander clattering over the curbs as well. Big old oversteer moment. Manages to gather it up. Nice car control there from the young Munro. But I'll tell you what, he's driving that thing to the absolute nth degree here, Ryan Carlson. Where is he going to try and make an overtake if he can get it to stick?
Well, I'll be honest, I don't know where this track goes, but I can see on this map next to me there's a heap of nice little 90-degree right and left-handers that go through it. So if you can line something up, set him up on the inside of one of them, he can try and go around the outside, set up onto the next left-hander. Might set him up very well. I'm saying set him up a lot, but you know what I mean.
You'll get used to that in the commentary box. And the worst one is when you don't even notice it, and then you watch the stream back and you go, "Oh, look, I just said 'ladies and gentlemen' about 500 times in that broadcast." So you put the clamps on and say, "I'm never going to say that again." So you try and say "folks," and then you end up saying "folks" 50,000 times. It's a tough game up here in the commentary gondola, but here it is. It's Chris Townend. You can see out the back of him there. That is Kobe Marshall. He's got the entire Wandon Cricket Club behind him as well. It's party time out there because it's public holiday tomorrow. So the boys they've basically turned all the taps on at the bar, and all the president, all the secretary, or everyone down there at the cricket club are just laying on their backs, with their mouths just on the edge of the bar, sucking it in straight from the tap. How they do it down there in the Wandon Cricket Club. And if Kobe Marshall does get a podium, it's free beers for all. So get your asses down to the Wandon Cricket Club, because it's going to be party time tonight. He's all over the back of Chris Townend currently. And, you can see Townend just going in a little bit deep there as well, but getting a pretty good exit as well. Carlson, the tyres out here, they don't chew up too much because there's not really too much leaning to be done in sort of the fast-moving corners. But look at this, Kobe now right up behind him. He might even think about a move. Yeah,
it looks like he's definitely eyeing it up. Is he going a little bit defensive? Not really, but he goes for the dive on the inside. On the grass a little bit too. He's pulled out of that for good reason. He would have caused a monumental shunt into the concrete walls just there if he kept through with it. He's still lining him up though, far out. Going for the dummy, letting him defend. Ready to send it up the inside. Yeah, that's right. Next one is a right-hander, and Kobe's managed to get the job done there, just rubbing a little bit of paint. We saw him try that move a couple of laps ago. Almost contact on the exit there. Big slide moment, but Townend just narrowly avoiding disaster with a little bit of contact on the way through, and now he's absolutely nailed him on the way through. Kobe Marshall, I think, might be in a little bit of strife for that one. It was never on. He was coming in a little bit too deep, and Townend will not be happy with that. But I'll tell you what, it's a race on here at the moment because they're going to go three wide. Here we go, Matt Munro looking around the outside. The Masked Warrior up the inside, but it will be Matt Munro who has the advantage of the next turn. Or will he? No, he's on the outside. Bakir getting stuck into Marshall as well, and then they fan out, and Matt Munro is the real loser here because here comes Jacob Smith with the old Fanta car. It gets a bit sticky sometimes, and Benny Mead there, the magician's there too. Oh my goodness me, it's all just kicking off here with a little bit of argy-bargy up the front between those two guys. Let's tell you what, we've got time to go back and have a little bit of a replay. We'll have a look from the top view. You can see Townend going defensive, and this is where it all kicked off. He moved across to the outside. Actually, I think there was slight overlap there by the time he got back to the racing line. So maybe got himself to blame there. You just got to listen to your spotter sometimes, even though he's a little bit late on the scene, Ryan Carlson. Yeah, I was going to say, the spotter's not always accurate too, because sometimes he's a bit late, sometimes he's a bit early, so you're never 100% sure how much room you've got to the car behind. But I tell you what, coming out of the corner after they went three wide, there's a bit of a concrete jab that comes out the side there. There was probably a cigarette paper between that and Marshall going through there as he was trying to complete all that passing. Yeah. But far out, that got hectic pretty quick. Yeah. And you could see that brewing for a while. I think it was Marshall trying to overtake him from lap one, wasn't it? Yeah, pretty much. He's been under the rear wing for the last 8.5 minutes so far, and it's a testament to the circuit. I love circuits where it is hard to overtake. It's probably an unpopular opinion, and from what I've seen in the iRacing circles, people like racing on tracks where it's easy to overtake. I feel like that's a gross sort of miscommunication there, because
You want it to be tough. Speaking of tough, here he goes. The Wendy's car around the outside. Jack Dial on an absolute charge here. He's up 15 positions on his starting spot, so he's flying through the pack. Ben Mead is not the kind of guy who's going to give that position up easy, mind you, folks. We're going to ride on board and watch how the Magician goes defensive. Here he goes. No, Dial's just going to send it. He's absolutely up the inside, pushing and shoving. A little bit of argy-bargy, paint swapping as well. Luckily, the cars are pretty similar colours. You won't notice it too much afterwards. They're pushing and shoving all the way down into the left-hander across the start-finish line, and it is Jack Dial that gets in front. Holy good moly. And back there it's Ross Armour having a crack as well, because it's Chris Townend coming back through on the recovery drive after his little contact moment with Kobe Marshall, we saw a couple of moments ago. But here he is on the comeback trail. He'll go straight up the inside. I think Armour just thinking about it and thought, you know what, we saw what happened to you and I'll just let you go through, buddy. I'll sit on the rear wing and try and go as far as I can. I tell you what, mate, the action is just kicking off all over, and that's because it's a hard track to overtake at. This is what I'm saying to everyone. The harder the track is to overtake, the better the racing.
I 100% agree with you. So it's the classic argument between entertainers and race car drivers. They want the tracks to be as easy as they can to pass on because they want to get past the bloke in front, whereas we want to see the racing. We love watching the Gold Coast battles because they can't get past. They're holding them up and you see contact, biff and barge and getting the elbows out. That's what we like seeing. These guys are going beyond getting the elbows out. They're pulling the palm out and going for all the head-high tackles, which I'm loving watching, but they're not loving being a part of. I can be sure of you. That didn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? I can assure you that one. There we go. That's got it.
10 in the bin. High contact there, and he's off for a HIA already early on. We got 9 minutes to go in this race, folks, and we're on board here with Chris Townend as he tries to make his way around the Magician Ben Mead. He's a tough guy to overtake. You can see him just placing that car in a half-defensive manner. Just, a little bit of body language to say to Chris Townend, I don't care if you got turned around. I don't care if you're at the front end of this pack earlier on. You really going to have to work for it. It does too. Look at that. Really nice exit, though, from Ben Mead. So that will just let the pressure valve off him for the moment. Back there it is, it's Carpenter though. He's been chipping away at this little lead that the other guys have been sort of battling out in front of him, and now he joins the party too as a proper fourth member of this quad of cars battling it out. You can see Armour there just scraping the outside wall as well. This circuit is a lot of fun, folks, as despite what it looks like on your screen, it sort of reminds me of Adelaide a fair bit. But it's a little bit younger in its conception, I believe. Ryan Carlson, you might have the info on that.
Yeah, it looks like they started hosting races here about 1992, which is pretty cool. I thought it would have been around for a lot longer looking at some of the roads on this one, but 1992. When were we discussing that the Gold Coast come around? Was it was mid-90s, I think.
Yeah, I think a little bit after that, maybe 95, 96. Sticks in my brain, but here goes Munro there, up the inside of the Masked Warrior. He's got the bomb pack on and goes backwards. Great overtake there from Matt Munro in the WeatherTech livery. A little scrape on the outside wharf there from Bakir, and he sort of drops back into the lap of the other two who have really backed each other up, and Dial gets the better of that exit and goes straight up the inside of Jacob Smith there as well. Look at this guy on an absolute charge here at the moment. That's 17 spots up, leaving them in the dust, and now he's starting to get up into that the pointy end of the field as well. So overtakes might not come at a premium now. He might have to work a little bit harder for it. Oh no, there goes Bakir. Absolutely around he goes. And that's the danger in these cars, folks. Just a little bit too much jandle, and around you go. And he's dropped down a fair few positions because of it. But, oh, no, there's contact up ahead there as well. That's Chris Townend and Benny Mead getting stuck into each other, folks. I'm going to have to try and find a replay of that. Excuse me. Got all the gas tonight, folks. Here we go. So it's Ben Mead doing his magician trick, just sort of flashing in and out of existence, giving him a good old punt, and that's the second time that Chris Townend has done a little pirouette style, ballet, I don't even know what you call it, pirouette. It is. There you go, folks. Cultured here in the commentary box as well. So I don't know. I'm going to leave that one to the stewards as well. A little bit aggressive, but I'm glad it's not my job to be in the stewards box, mate. It's a tough job out there.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I definitely wouldn't like to be doing that either. But tell you what, I would love to be doing this. It's very entertaining watching this as we see Monroe going into the wall. Oh, I forgot his name. Who's that going for a dive on him?
That's Dial.
There's a Dial going for a dive on him. There we go. Made it work. He's got a bit of a buffer there too, so he didn't have to defend very hard into the next corner too. Keeps it covered. Very nicely done indeed.
Yeah, that's right. One could say he's got that car dialed in the setup.
Got him.
Where's the laugh track? There we go, folks. First one for the night. It's going good. We've got about almost 5 minutes to go in this race, and Fitz has just absolutely blasted out to a 6-second lead over Jordan Eitler, who at the moment is probably happy with P2, to be fair. He is leading the championship, and his closest competitor on the track, Kobe Marshall, is a fair few rungs down the ladder in the championship standing. So points haul coming to Eitler's way. Jacko Dial just flying up through the order as well. Matt Munro's there. There's not much you can do about that. Oh, it's absolutely flying. Keep an eye on him for race 2, because he's going to be starting off the second row so far. Unless he can make up another 5 seconds in 5 laps, it's tough order for anyone. But he is flying, and look at the gap that he's put on Matt Munro just in the last half a lap. So keep an eye on him for race 2. He's absolutely, I'm not going to say dialed in. He's there and he's ready for the next one. Jacob Smith, a nice start. He started 6th and he's in 6th still. He's got the sparks flying out the back of that fancy car as well. Ross Armour, a nice recovery, or a nice drive from him. Honestly, he's been just impressing me every week. He gets better and better and just goes up and up the order. Nathan Carpenter as well, chipping away at that lead in the old. Tell you what, I was saying earlier on with that livery, he should be sending a little bill to Peter Adderton and saying, look, mate, you finally got your wish. You've got Boost Mobile there in the Gen 3 Supercars, and you didn't have to whinge on social media anymore.
Yeah, I did remember hearing that from your last week's broadcast. Yeah. Oh. Can't say it much better myself.
Gives me the shits, that bloke, but
I don't know. I find it entertaining just sitting back and watching it all unfold.
That's right. Back here, we've got Bakir on the back of Ben Mead again, and they're probably going to battle it out to the end here, Ryan. Who's your money on? Who's going to get past?
It's a very tricky question because it could go either way. Mm-hmm. If Mead's very good at defending, he can keep him behind. If Bakir's very good at attacking, he can get in front. But it's all about how far out you can get the elbows out, isn't it?
It's a Will Buxton commentary there, folks.
Well, I've got to take it from the pros, don't you?
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Take every cue you can get, folks. 3 minutes to go. That would be almost the second last lap as Fitz crosses the start-finish line now. So this will be. What is a minute and a half? This is going to be very close, everyone at home. Probably the second last lap there. That was a car that slapped on the outside wall. I think it was Cook Maitland. Go back and have a look. Here he comes now. Yeah, it was. Across the start-finish line he goes. And, compression lock into the barrier. Oh, no.
Looks like he's cooked it, old mate.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. He's got the Barbie on full heat. And he's burnt the sausages. But back to the action. It's Gretsch. He's on the back of Sonia here as well. And Sonia has scraped the outside wall too, mind you. And he's right there. We've got some comments in the chat as well. The Gold Coast Circuit would be a blast on iRacing, says Cheech. It would be. And there's a lot of chatter as well to get that included. But I don't know, it's like Australia's like the last port of call, and we only just got Adelaide as well, so I wouldn't expect any more Australian tracks coming in anytime soon. Maybe, I think they did actually, someone told me they did scan it a few years back, but never actually started development on the circuit in the game, so maybe one day it would be good. Peroxy says, what a run by Fallon, 26th, now 18th. I mean, it's not that impressive. Come on. What about this bloke here? He was 23rd and now he's 4th. That's, I think that's more impressive there for Jacko Dial. Yeah, he's done well, Luke Fallon. He's a pretty good driver, folks, but I mean, he's down the back there and he's still down the back. So Let's see what this... all right, let's do it. Let's see what this bloody thing says on the back. And then it'll at least be something for Zach O'Reilly. It's the same. It hasn't changed. Sorry, folks. Or maybe it's a trading paints issue. I have updated it, but gee whiz. Anyway, we're on to the last lap now. Blake Fitz out there in front and by a commanding lead as well. He's got about half a lap to go here in the opening stanza. 20 minutes out there, and he will take full points. He's been pretty good. He had a brilliant start as well. He was right out there and pretty much unseen once he got out in front.
Yeah, he's done a very good job of commanding this field, hasn't he? Mm-hmm. We're just going back into the comment section here. We got
I have refreshed the paint.
Roxy going. Have you refreshed it? You got to refresh it, mate.
I've done. This is the 4th time now.
No, I bet you haven't. You're just telling us that.
If it works now, I'll eat my shoe. That's it. Let's have a look. Chase Cam. No, now Trading Paint's going to do a big old shit, and we won't get to see. But anyway, it's coming around to the final turns. And it's Blake Fitz now who will take the win here in race 1. Despite it being in a grey car, his livery will come back, I hope. Because Trading Paints takes a little while sometimes on my computer. There we go. The Fitz Landscaping Supplies or whatever that is on the side. He's got his own company there, folks. So get around him. He's just won the first of the races tonight. Jordan Neitler across the line in the AWMT entry. We'll get P2. Kobe Marshall in P3, and he's straight out of the server. Not too happy with his performance. We're a little whoopsie-daisy there from Jack Dial, but an impressive run there as well. Up 19 spots, up into P4. Matt Munro will cross the line in P5. Then we got Jacob Smith, Ross Armour, Nathan Carpenter, Townend and Mead round out your top 10, folks, and that is race 1 done and dusted. There's still a little bit of battle here going on, but I think Matt McKeer just made a little bit of a mess of it. Up the front, it is Ben Mead, Chris Townend moving slowly. Probably because they've gone past the line. A little flash there to the boys in the box. Thank you very much, Benny Mead. Down the back, it's Chris Asonia, 12th. Gretsch, 13th. Grittingham, 14th. Then we got Clark, Long, Luke Fallon with the greatest drive you've ever seen. Up 5 positions. 22nd into 17th. What a fucking bloke that is. Ash Rogers in, sorry everyone. So Ash Rogers in 18th. Jordan Renault, the DIY man, in 19th. Then we got Andrews, Lloyd, Karki, Cook, Maitland, Sykes, Tassie Price. I didn't see much of in this race, but he's down 14. Must have got tangled up early on. Then we got Cole Cumming, who we did see get into a bit of trouble early on. Luke Harvey rounding out the top 28. And that is the first one run and done and won. How are you feeling in the commentary box, Ryan Carlson? That's the first time on Sensational TV.
Mate, I'm definitely having a bit of fun. Mm-hmm. It's definitely a great way to spend a Sunday night. I'm loving it. I'm loving that there's heaps of people in the chat too. There's heaps of comments going through. Like Brad McKenzie said, can I have a special shout out to my kids, Maddie and Harvey, who are watching with me? They love it. So it's awesome to see we're getting to an awesome demographic out there with all different ages. So g'day, Maddie and Harvey. Have fun.
How old are the kids? And sorry for the F-bombs, Maddie and Harvey. I suppose you'll learn about love, you'll learn about life, you'll learn about loss, and you'll learn about obscenities here in Sensational TV. Thank you very much for joining the chat, and sorry about that adult content as well going out into the kiddies. I'm sure they've heard worse, Brad, out of the goat's mouth there, Brad McKenzie. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. We got a little warm up, folks. Now's the time to go and wash your mouth out, wash your kids' ears out, and come back with some more snacks and beverages for the feature race of the evening. 40 minutes coming up in just a moment, so do not go anywhere. Here's just a few words from our sponsors. We're going to be back with some racing action just around the corner.
The motto is that safe drivers are lifesavers. If your organisation shares this belief and are planning to improve driver education in your community, SDT Simulator Driver Training has the solution. Many of our simulator users are also gaining a revenue stream by taking their simulators to events and schools for driver education programs. The system can also be set up to run motorsport simulation. Many leading racing drivers are now using simulators to improve their skills. Such software can also be used to show drivers they are not as skilled as they think they are. SDT Simulator Driver Training is a division of Safe Drive Training, one of Asia Pacific's leading driver training providers. We offer affordable driving simulators that are assembled in our Brisbane head office. SDT simulators are now in use across Australia and are expanding into international markets due to their affordable price, unique features, and customization for driver training. Depending on the simulator model being purchased, you will receive a range of training resources to help you to facilitate quality driver education. SDT is the exclusive distributor of Fatal Vision alcohol impairment goggles, marijuana simulation goggles, and drowsy and distracted blinking goggles. All are used to demonstrate the dangers of such impairments on the driver. Also available are driver training posters, driving handbooks, and distracted driving resources. Our simulators make the perfect training tool for drivers to experience how various impairments affect their performance. Contact Simulator Driver Training for more information.
Motorsport isn't just a hobby, it's a lifestyle. And when performance matters, you need gear you can trust. That's where ARD Importing comes in. ARD Importing brings world-class racing brands straight to New Zealand, supplying real racers, real teams, and real enthusiasts with proven performance products around the globe. We're talking JRP racing components, ZAMP helmets and safety gear you can rely on the track, Red Cat Racing for high-performance RC action, and intimate brake pads for serious stopping power when it counts most. Keep your engine protected with renewable lubricants, premium oils designed for extreme performance and durability. Turn up the volume with Wicked Audio, delivering powerful sound whenever the road or track takes you. And gear up with Spartan products built for durability, comfort, and race day durability. Whether you're racing dirt, asphalt, or chasing lap times from home, ARD Importing has you covered. Sim racers as well, listen up, ladies and gentlemen, because ARD New Zealand is your importing source for all of Camus Racing sim gear. Precision wheels, professional grade pedals, immersive feedback that puts you right in the driver's seat. Train harder, race smarter, and feel every corner. From real-world racing to the virtual grid, ardimporting.co.New Zealand connects you with elite brands trusted by racers worldwide.
And expertise in getting the best gear, Sensational TV has proudly partnered up with Speed Nation. It is New Zealand's go-to destination for high-performance sim gear. They also stock the best and biggest brands in the game, from Thrustmaster, Moser Racing, Next Level Racing, Sparko, Turtle Beach, and more. And whether you're looking for the ultra-responsive racing wheels or pro-grade flight controls, immersive audio, or rock-solid cockpits, I'll tell you what, Speed Nation has got it all. They also carry other trusted names like Butt Kicker, PT Actuators, Wheel Stand Pros, Gen Ace, Spectrum in the remote control field, and also Collective Mind. So every step and part of your setup is covered, from complete racing rigs and premium flight packs. We here at Sensational TV, back in Speed Nation, to deliver the gear that takes your experience to the next level. Fast shipping, trusted brands, unbeatable quality, and I'll tell you what, Speed Nation has it all. And
Hello folks, Justin Marandino here, and we're back with another round of Supercars Aussie Sim Racing. That's one of my favourite Instagram accounts right now. If you're privy to that, welcome to the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Brad Fitz off the front row. Let's get the grid up. It's devolved, this broadcast. We've got Fitz and Eitler off the front. Marshall and Jacko Dial, the man on the move in that previous race. Then we got Matt Munro off the third row with Smith. Then Armour and... Oh, shit, we're racing already. Here we go, folks. It's off and racing. And this time it's Eitler who's got a better start than he did last time. And he might be able to even pressure Blake Fitz for the lead of this race. We'll see how he goes off the exit here. It's a nice run down into the next right-hander. And that is... who's that? Ben Mead just dripping in and out of existence. I'll tell you what, he needs to get the old Cat 5 cable run down the hallway for him. Where's his old man? Up in front, though, that's Matt Munro. On the outside, Jack Dial, who we knew was going to be speedy. There's someone around. That's Matt Bakir in the background in the Valvoline. Know what I mean? But up front, it is Jordan Eitler who has the position. Up the inside, slides it there. Fitzy just sitting it on the outside. Kobe Marshall trying to make his way through, but look at Jacko Dial just pushing his way through. I tell you what, he is absolutely in the mood for racing here tonight, and they go 2 by 2. It's bloody Noah's Ark style here at the moment, and Matt Munro chiming on the back of him, trying to make it 3 wide, and wisely pulls out of it. But look at those two up in front. That's Kobe Marshall and Jacko Dial. I don't think either of those guys want to give an inch. Oh, Kobe just getting stuck into Munro there on the front quarter panel, and Munro just the second best out of that turn there as well. Just couldn't get the traction down. Ben Mead there poised to strike, but wasn't able to get that power down. So it is Eitler out in front, just stretching his legs too. A second to Fitz and Dial there, who's all over the back of him like a bloody rash on a Wednesday. I'll tell you what, he's right there, smashing into the outside barrier too. Kobe Marshall's there on his back. Then we got Matt Munro, a little gap behind there too. Ben Mead, Jacob Smith, Chris Downen, and the rest of the cavalry come flying through. Here's Luke Fallon, the best driver in the goddamn world here at the moment. He was up 5 positions in that first race, mind you, folks. It was one of the best things I've ever seen. Here he goes now on the Mitre 10 livery. Oh, he's almost lost it there and kept it together. It was Brock Clark in the Mitre 10 entry that just gave way to him. Up in front, it's Nathan Carpenter sliding up the inside of Chris Townend here currently. Sorry, it's, it is Chris Townend. Gretsch there in the, you know what I mean, Valvoline livery as well, side by side. But these two still side by side. Let's go to the chopper view. I'm about to run out of breath. Ryan Carlson, take over, son.
Far out. That was a rough start to the race, wasn't it? There were more cars turning around than blokes at a honky-tonk after a long night on the sauce. well, these guys look like they've settled down a little bit, at least for the moment. See if he can line something up. Oh, there we go. That Fitzy.
Yeah.
Oh, Dial's actually overtaken Fitzy.
Yeah, he's
there.
just got him done there. We'll get a replay there for all the folks at home. You can talk us through this one.
Right, looks like pretty straightforward. Head and shoulder goes straight up the inside, make a dive. Oh, not even up the inside. Looks like he just let him go, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think he might have. Actually just got out of the throttle there, and Dial just getting back to the racing line. And it's probably a smart move there from Fitz as well, because he probably knows that Dial has the pace on him here for the moment. But with Eitler out there by almost a 2-second lead over him, he's probably thinking, you know what, let the dog off the leash, let Dial go and catch up to him, make a bit of a battle out of it, and while they're doing that, he can just slowly chip away and catch up to the back of them. But you know, you have one good idea and then another bad idea comes into fruition, and that is Kobe Marshall now all over the back of him. So he's probably thinking, oh, great, I've let that guy go, and I probably should have tried to back him up and let Kobe just off the leash as well. So it's a bit of toing and froing, a bit of leapfrogging here for the top 4. But those guys are all just they're settling down for the moment. The fireworks will happen now when Jack Dial gets up under the rear wing of Jordan Eitler, and he is just chipping away at that lead really quickly as well. Kobe Marshall happy to sit there behind Fitzy, with Munro in a bit of no man's land there as well, and I'm pretty sure he'd be happy with that too. It's a bit of an argy-bargy course. The less cars around you, the better, I think, for a self-preservation style. And we've got Smith there as well, and it looks like the field's just starting to spread out just a little bit as well. The closest battle on track is for the lead, mind you, and it is Jacko Dial all over the back of Jordan Eitler now, and it'll be interesting to see what Eitler does here, whether he just waves the white flag and lets him go. It might be the ticket, Ryan Carlson. Geez, that was close. It might be the ticket here just to let this guy go, because he's not in the championship fight either, and you don't want to be hung up battling with someone that's ultimately just going to slow you down for the rest of the race.
Unless he's got a NOS bottle on board, it just looks like he pulls out and overtakes everyone willy-nilly. That's a bloody good engine in that. Talk about parity.
Yeah. Go the Mustangs.
No.
Yes.
I wonder if Fitz is having a bit of dramas, though, because up until that point, he was drifting down to 1.3 seconds behind the battle at the front. So I wonder if there's something going on there.
Yeah, well, we'll find out. He's got a problem in Kobe Marshall in that bloody London Cricket Club colours sitting behind him and blowing the smoke up his behind for the last couple of laps so far. But I think Kobe's now just settled into a rhythm as well. Probably thinks, oh, you know what, I've only got these two guys in front. Jack O'Dial's gone, and he will just start to walk away from this pack. It's incredible the pace that he has over the rest of the field. Currently, what is it? Over a second quicker on that last lap, and overtaking cars as well. So really unbelievable stuff there from him. Here goes Marshall now, looking up under the inside of Fitzy, going half defensive now. The track folds back on itself, and this will be a little left-hander where Marshall might be able to squeeze up the inside. A little bit of contact, a little bit of rubbing, no tugging yet. And here goes Fitzy up the inside, back onto the back straight. But it will be Kobe that has probably the better exit there. And by the time they get to the next turn, I think he will be on the outside. He will, and just push to the out. This is a great little battle here. These two guys not in the mood for letting each other go, and that's what it's all about, folks. It's where you need to be. London Cricket Club in the chat says, is there a mandatory pit for this race? There is. I don't think it's mandatory, but they've sort of set the fuel rate, so you need to pit. It's not a mandatory, it's a compulsory. It's a necessity. You will run out of fuel otherwise. So there will be a pit. There will be some pit strategy in this one, and maybe Ryan Carlson, you might give us a little insight. They've both gone out. Kobe Marshall's absolutely lost it. That's Matt Munro getting right out sideways as well. So he's lost a few positions, but not as many as this guy here. What was he doing there? He just absolutely missed his braking marker. We're right on board with Kobe Marshall here. He's on the outside. A little bit of contact with Fitz, but he's coming down. He's on the dirty side of the track, so maybe that has something to do with it. Hitting his brake markers now, and it's about here where he's like, oh shit, this isn't going to happen for me. Boop, straight into the wall. Big damage there. London Cricket Club now just raising the prices on schooners behind the bar there, because that is a big damage on the Kobe Marshall Motorsports entry. Look at that. More smoke than a bloody Bob Marley concert coming out of the back of that thing at the moment. And the front bar just deleting itself as well. It's disaster for Kobe Marshall, but plenty of time in this one, Ryan Carlson. And what would be the ultimate pit strategy here? Should they be looking for an undercut or maybe an overcut?
Well, I'd probably say undercut. I don't think these things dig very light. No, very light. Very much.
It's the best not to stop at the scene of the accident, I always say.
Yeah, but you've got to make a joke out of it.
That's right.
Yeah, these don't seem to dig very much, so from what I've seen, the best go is just to try and go in the pits as soon as you can, because it means you can get a bit of a leg up. Your tyres cool down a bit, so you get a bit more grip, get a second lap over the guy in front for maybe 1 or 2 laps. Definitely can't hurt, but yeah, staying out for much longer definitely wouldn't do you much good.
Yeah, that's right. I think it might be the undercut. Track position is vital on some of these circuits where overtaking is at a premium. Speaking of overtaking, look at this guy. It's Ayrton Senna here at the moment, just flying it up the inside for ART Racing. Flying is Luke Fallon. Here he goes. He's got a bit of a fan club in the chat too. So welcome all those people there cheering him on. Can he win this race? It's going to be tough with this bloke out in front. He's absolutely flying. But I'll tell you what, look who's behind him. Jordan Eitler has not really let go of him to the extent that we might have thought. Brad McKenzie in the chat. Missed that corner. Look, yeah, it was a little bit of a I don't know, what would you call it?
A bit of a rough and tumble, I reckon.
Yeah, a little done himself a mischief. Yeah, that's right.
That's it.
Yeah. I was
something racing driver.
Yeah, that oh man, I'll tell you what, that quote has done more harm to sim racing than any other. I believe that. These people...
Only the other drivers.
Yeah, that's right. That's... Oh, man, safety rating. I think that's the real loser of all of that. Look at this train, though, folks. It's Ben Mead at the front. He's got Chris Townend behind, who's got a really good exit there as well. We'll see if he can make inroads. Can we get a camera angle? Here he goes. Gets to the outside. It will be Ben Mead on the inside, but Townend braking as late as possible. Here goes Ben Mead. He's lost it. He's going to just clear him. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Tokyo Drift style as well. Slots back in. Only loses a couple of positions there as well. That could have been absolute disaster. Here goes Fallon now setting up an overtake on Chris Townend in front, showing the nose, just keeping Townend guessing as well. And all you got to do is just get about half a car's length up the inside, and the guy in front just has to relinquish that position here. Let's right on board with Fallon. See how he sets it up. The next one is a right-hander, just a little bit squirrely here. It goes for the big old send up the inside. Needs to get it pulled up, does, but Townsend just a little bit better on the entry, and he will remain in P4. Whilst this battle is on, mind you, Fitz, Eitler and Dial are just absolutely buggering off up the front. It's a 4-second gap from this little crew here up to the front to Blake Fitz, who's there. And you can see this little battle now heating up with Townend throwing the kitchen sink in defence at Luke Fallon. He says, you know what, mate? Oh, you're not getting through here. I don't even care. I'm going to try and defend for another 29 minutes. A long time to defend, but I'll tell you what, these guys are up for it. Don't get me wrong about that.
Yeah, far out. Tell you what, Luke Fallon is doing a good job this race, isn't he? We're talking about how he's up 5 positions. He's up 12 positions now from where he started, and he's going for another one by the looks of it. He's trying to line it up. And we see Mead in the background. He's going sideways in at every corner. He's leaving a set of rear tyres out there, not because he's doing a burnout for celebration, because he's just trying to pull it up to the corner.
Yeah, it just needs to, maybe the setup needs a little tweakage in the old brake bias department. It's one of those forgotten adjustments that you can get out there and play with on the lap. And especially around a place like this, you want to be maybe just putting a little bit towards the rear, get that front dive and get a little bit more weight over the front wheels to get some grip or turning. It's how you do it. It's Paranoxy in the chat says there's a reason why he's so high in I rating. Oh, look, don't get me started on I rating. It's easy to get if you do races at 2 a.m. and skip barbers or something. It's just do the masterclass and just stick to circuits and cars that you know. Doesn't mean nothing in the grand scheme of things. And to be fair, it's just like a Pokemon catch-em-all thing, high score Donkey Kong style. So it shouldn't be in racing at all. It should just be, I don't know, I think it should just be a race to the finish. I-rating is a thing that's, I think it's a bit of a stain on sim racing, to be fair. That's why I never show anyone's I-rating on the broadcast, because it doesn't really matter.
You're not wrong. I don't do a lot of officials myself either, outside of like your officials and special events. For all I know, I could be driving above my I rating. I don't really know. I could be below it as well. So I just do league stuff because I think that's a bit more fun. You can have a spray at someone if they punt you, and you can fist bump someone across the screen if you're doing a heap of fun with them. That's right. I rating doesn't really come into it when you look at it like that. And you can make a lot of friends doing league racing as well. You're racing a bunch of the same blokes or ladies every week as well, so you get to know them. You get to hate them as well sometimes as well if you have like a really cutthroat battle with someone who's pretty much on the same pace. Here goes Fallon now up the inside, but the switchback's on Townend now up alongside, but it's going to be Fallon who has that inside run. But I'll tell you what, hanging it fat around the outside is Chris Townend. They go side by side one more time, and Fallon trying to just hold on to some traction around that inside, but he will get the job done finally, and it's a well-deserved place. I'll tell you what, Townend through the kitchen sink at him. Here goes Smith now showing the nose, and that forced Townend into like a half defensive, half attacking move as well, because he's got Townend just on his, he's got Townend in his sights. Townend has Fallon in his sights too. I don't think he's too happy with that, and he's going to try and return serve down here into turn 1. It's not going to happen for him this time. A little bit deep from Fallon, which means he's going to be compromised on the exit here. Here goes Townend. Just needs the traction here as well. Oh, let it all go. But those two are going to be
got a feeling taking this battle all the way to the end. League racing is back to where I was talking about. It is the best. It's the only way to go racing. Officials is, I mean, that's just what iRacing does, but it's just public lobby stuff, really, isn't it? And you get what you deserve if you go into those races. And you will get punted. There was no redressing. There's no sorry, mate. There's none of that stuff.
And there's no penalties.
Yeah, that's right. It's the wild, wild bloody west out there. So join yourself a league if you're out there watching. If you're just dipping your toes into iRacing, why not try Aussie Sim Racing? Get into the Discord, which is in the description below. Oh, look at this. Here comes Townend around the outside. Oh, just overcooked it and just smacked into the outside wall. Ben Mead's there to clean up the crumbs as well, but it's not quite falling into the mouth just yet. This is a fantastic battle. Look at this. Luke Fallon now compromised on the exit. Here comes Townend up the inside. He will have the inside run for the next one. So this might be positioned back for Townend. Fallon got his hands full here because here come the cavalry of Benny Mead and Nathan Carpenter. He's got the old, he's got the nail gun out and he's ready to bloody pile drive some posts, some 4x2 into the back of these guys. Look at this here, though. It's Townend really needs to concentrate on his exit here because this is the, I guess this is the overtaking zone. Once you can get up the inside here for the next run, that's the job done. But a really good exit there from Townend, so he'll be able to hold him off just for now.
Yeah, what were you saying about overtaking earlier? It's always better when you can't overtake it.
Yeah.
That's what we're seeing at the moment.
Exactly.
Biff and Barge going left, right and centre. It's phenomenal to watch. It looks like Mead's put a set of rear tyres on that without doing anything. So he's coming back up into the mix and driving like he stole it. Far out, cutting in. There you go. Townend keeps his spot at the moment.
He does. He keeps his spot.
Sorry, I left you in the dust there, didn't
You're
I?
all right, mate. Fallon there, all over the back of him. Who's going to get this job done? It's going to... I tell you what, he's got his hands full, to be fair. Fallon, no, he's not scared of sending it either. Speaking of which, that was Carpenter having a look up the inside of Ben Mead there as well. This is one of the closest battles on track. There's a few little spot fires starting to occur, and that was a little mistake there from Townend, and that will be all that he needs for Fallon to have a look around the outside. It's a sort of a long radius right-hander there as well, so he does not get the job done. Back to the status quo of Townend in front of this little battle pack. Fallon itching to get past if he can. He did have an opportunity, and he was in front of Townend a couple of laps ago, but it was Townend that fired it back up the inside and got that job done. Benny Mead, Carpenter there in tow. Carpenter just sitting there looking at these three going, oh, I wonder what's going to happen here, and whether the red mist will get to the top of the bottle and the bottle just exploding from the top, Peter North style, or, you know, one of those X-rated websites that we're not even allowed to go on anymore, thank you, Australian government. You know, everyone in the chat's going, yeah, fuck those guys, that's absolute rubbish. Up the front.
Yeah, now the chat has to pay for a VPN.
Yeah, well, what's a VPN? Someone shout me. That's it. It's all happening. Back to the bloody Kmart catalogue days. It's it's tough. It's tough going out here, I'll tell you what. But none tougher than Chris Townend, who has his hands full with Luke Fallon. Look at that, the Mustang badge getting very large in the rearview mirror indeed. Clattering over the curbs here in the back end of this circuit. Where's my track map gone? See, I told you this happens sometimes, Ryan Castle, where the track map just disappears. Will it come back? No, it won't. Thank you, SDK. We're in the dark here. It's been a while since I've driven along this circuit. Big slide there from Townend as well. Can Fallon take advantage? I think he might be burning his tyres up just a little bit sitting in the tow here, Ryan Castle.
Yeah, it looks like it. I don't know. You'd probably have more expertise on this one than I would, but these... I know in real life they struggle with tyre temperature when they're following super close to them. They overheat the front tyres and they can't grip up and follow them as closely as what they could. It's more prominent in your tracks like Bend and stuff like that with your high-speed corner. So on the start straight it might be a bit of an issue, but they're still hammer and tong going up behind each other. So, I mean, it doesn't seem like it's a huge issue. They're just maybe overdriving a little bit if they're going to start struggling with temperature. But, yeah they're still glued to the back of each other at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, I think that's a good point. The radius of the turns aren't quite fast enough to really cook the tyres. And you can see just from the body language here goes, we knew it was going to happen, folks. We knew it was going to get to that boiling point. And there goes Carpenter. He was there sitting pretty, just knowing that was going to come to a head. Townend and Fallon getting stuck into each other, folks. And we knew it was going to be, I knew it was going to happen because these two were just battling like a couple of leviathans there. I'm going to get the replay up because we're gonna pick this apart, folks, from the top end. There's Townend. Really nicely done through that section. Fallon just a little bit better and goes for the big old dive, but I think he just came in a little bit too hot. There was a fair bit of gap there to his left as well. Does redress the position straight away, so that's one thing you get in league racing that you do not get in officials either, is a redress and a little hands up saying, sorry mate, let's go racing again.
Yeah, you're not wrong, and it's a bit of bye-bye Miss American Pie to Townsend at the moment. Townend, sorry. He's lost his fourth position, but Mead's back up to it after burning the rears off the thing, so he's done a good job there. Fallon, unfortunately, losing another couple of positions, so not quite up to his Legend of the World run on that one either.
Oh, looks like they're both into the pit lane. Yeah, getting some damage and some fuel and some tyres, possibly. We'll see how they go. A lot of the guys may not choose to take tyres because of the added time gained time saved in the pit lane. So Jack O'Dial out there in front by 10 seconds, mind you, absolutely flying. Blake Fitz here in P2, and he's got another 8-second lead over Jordan Eitler, who just coming out of the... No, it looks like he's deleted his front wing. What's happened here, folks? Jordan Eitler has crashed, and possibly all on his own. Let's go back and have a look at what's happened here. Yeah, this looks like an unforced error coming into the right-hander 90-degree turn here. What's going to happen? Yeah, just lost front end. Big old understeer straight into the barrier. We saw that's what pretty much happened to Kobe Marshall about halfway through this first stint. And that's a big mistake there from Eitler. He drops down to P5 now currently, with Ben Mead going up into P3, so he'll be pretty happy with that. Tell you what, the championship leader, big old mistake that we don't see very often.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Far out. He's done a bit of weight reduction to the front end of that thing, and not the good kind of thing, because that's not going to steer at all. He's going to be down a little bit in the straight line for that one. He's down a bit more than a little bit in a straight line by the looks of that. He's letting everyone pass. Yeah, no, far out. That's definitely not ideal. Did you say he was leading the championship?
That's right, yep. I'll just quickly get the standings up. He's there. Shannon Staley, who is not out there tonight. Chris Townend in third. Carpenter in fourth. So where are those guys currently? It's Carpenter that's going to be in front of Eitler now. He's just come into the pit lane too. And Chris Townend, we saw just not having the best of nights. He's been spinning around more than a ballet dancer tonight. So I'll tell you what, it's going to be close. I think maybe Carpenter's going to be the real winner out of tonight as he comes out of the pit lane. He's all charged up. We'll get the pit stops graphic up as well. See who's come in. It's Smith who's leading in the race and has made his pit stop. So he probably made his a little bit earlier than everybody else's too. So as you said earlier in the broadcast, Ryan, that it is a matter of who can get in first, get that undercut done, and come out on top.
Yeah, 100%. It'd surprise me if people didn't take tyres. If there's a bit of overlap, it'd make sense if they didn't, I suppose. If it takes longer to put the tyres on than it does the fuel. But yeah, the benefit you'd get out of the tyres is far better than what you wouldn't. So if it was me, I'd definitely take them. But there's a reason why I'm sitting up here at the same time and not down in one of those cars.
Yeah. It's the best place to be, mate. You can just you can say what you want, make calls. You don't have to, you don't have to rest on your laurels either. It's all just done in the heat of the race, so it's great. Yeah, I can say he took tyres. I was saying that in the GT3 class because I don't race GT3s at all, and so I had no idea how far the tyres went. And I was saying, oh, they're all taking tyres, and then after the race in the interviews, everyone's like, no one takes tyres ever. So. It's maybe a little bit more research to be done here in the commentary box. But this is a battle for position, mind you, folks. We've got Rogers and Clark out there. It's the Mitre 10 and the Tradie entries going at it here. Both of them yet to make their pit stops either, as you can see on your screen. It's a battle nonetheless, so they'll be probably looking to come in soon. If I was Ash Rogers, I'd be certainly lining up the pit lane now, getting all my black box things sorted out, get the correct fuel amount to get you to the end. Can't always rely on that spotter either. He'll say you've got enough fuel to get to the end, and then you run out on the second last lap. So you got to do your sums properly. Make sure you've done the practice during the week to know exactly how many litres you get around a lap. And if you're lucky enough to have someone, having a look up the inside there was Ash Rogers. If you're lucky enough to have someone out there doing the sums for you, like some sort of engineering team, so it's good to have if you've got that sort of thing on hand. Here comes Blake Fitz out of the pit lane. Did he make his pit stop? No. Sorry, folks. See, there's another one. Just let it go with the wind. You don't stop at the scene of the accident. I've always said that. Let's go back to this little battle here because it's Mitre 10 versus Tradie. It's like a match made in heaven there.
Yeah, sorry, I was just looking at the chat here. Benny Mead's out of the race. His shift is just broken, he said.
Oh, he's just done one too many bicep curls this year. And he's ripped his shifter off the rig. How have you done that, big man? That is absolutely... that is wild stuff. But, I mean, hardware issues happen from time to time.
Yeah, you need the extra heavy-duty bolts on those things when you're running these cars. Because when you're wrestling these around, you just balls to the wall, just pulling and pushing and just shaking the thing around the desk. So you definitely need it bolted down pretty well.
That's right. You need one of those, the aluminium profile rigs. They're pretty strong. Some of those T-nuts and that, get that bolted on properly, possibly. But I'll tell you what, if he's managed to break that free from one of those rigs, then watch out. Ben Mead's just the Incredible Hulk out there in disguise.
Yeah, tell you what, or you can go the other way, and if you don't want to spend all the money on the big aluminium rig, you can go to the old sponsor of the Mitre 10 car in front of us and get some old bits of timber framing like I've done, throw some roof screws through it, and slap everything down with a bit of wood, a couple of self-tappers, and she's pretty solid for a while, as long as you put a couple of triangles in the thing. Otherwise she'll fall over after about 2 hours on the sim. I found that one out the hard way. Yeah, pulling on your shifter too hard as well. Or some of those websites that, who was it? Sky OCE is going to send me in my chat. Thank you very much for that. Chiming in on that earlier conversation. Thank you very much. This is the closest battle on circuit. Yeah, there's been a couple of guys in the past I've seen with the little wooden rigs that they put together themselves, and it looks like a lot of fun to get the nail gun out, or the roof screws in your case, your triangles to get it set up to exactly how you like. Not a lot of adjustability though, I suppose. Once it's down, it's nailed down, and that's the position. Yeah, that's it. You can't adjust the pedals or the steering wheel at all. But what I did was go back to the old faithful money saver called Facebook Marketplace, and I found there was an old bride seat attached to a seat rail that someone had in their Honda Integra, and I went, yes please, I will take that one straight away. Yeah. And I bolted that one to a bit of solid hardwood at the base of the rig, because I used to have a Speedway seat on it, which was just bolted down straight away through roof screws as well, which definitely couldn't move. Far out, battle heating up here, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. It's Bakir, the Masked Warrior, on the back of Chris Sonia there as well. You can see the differing lines they take through turns 1 and 2 over the hump there, and I would have thought Bakir would have had the better of the run through that one, but as I see, he's very much lacking in the front end department. And that's not info from his missus. That is the fact that his front wing is gone, folks. That has been deleted somewhere across the lap. I didn't see anything come up on my screen of him getting into any trouble. So that might have been quite some time since he's been struggling with a little lack of downforce at the front. Not that these cars have much to start with, but they need every pound that they can get when they can get it. But you can see him there just losing touch with the Sonia in front, and here comes Gretsch, you know what I mean, Valvoline, to possibly come and take that 15th position off him. Pretty good under brakes still, but this is now a bona fide three-way battle. Yeah, far out. I'm surprised he's still hanging on as well as he is without a front bar on it. Even a slight tap on it, that sort of makes it a bit mismatched and out of shape, really puts it down and makes it understeer like a peg and gives you 5-10 k's an hour less on a straight line. So we'll see how well he can defend from from, what is it, Gretsch behind? No, it's Gretsch that we're on board with.
Yeah, that's
Brittingham
right.
behind.
No, it is Gretsch. So Bakir's in the middle there, in the Valvoline car, and Gretsch just behind him. And you can see a little bit of a scrape there on the wall from Bakir. We'll see how he goes. He's looking racy here as well. He's going to go for the big old send up the inside. I don't think that's going to work for him now. Deep out of turn 1 into turn 2, very shallow, with Gretsch getting the optimal line. But there he goes across. The teammates now just on the phone to each other saying, all right, now it's time. I've given you a little bit of a tow down the back straight, the front straight, and through you go, old son. You know what I mean? He gets it back into 15th position, and Bakir just waiting for his pit stop, I believe. He's not done one. Oh, no, he has. So he's going to have to just deal with this damage until the very end. So, yeah, losing out to the cars around him. He was about half a second slower than the guys in front of him on that last lap around. But it is Gretsch now, who is side by side with the Sonia around that big sweeping right-hander into this little not-so-straight. And I think the next one's a right-hander as well. Oh, there he goes. Just turned him around. Didn't realise there was a car on his outside, and he's got right stuck into the rear quarter panel. And they go back to where they were just before. That not quite what he's envisioning there. That's a word, I'm sure, somewhere in the world.
Yeah,
Let's go on the top. Oh no, we missed the. We're gonna have to. And there we go. Oh yeah, it looks just like maybe Sonia just going a little bit straight there. Maybe not aware of an overlap coming into that little section. They go racing one more time. There's a battle heating up the front here. It is Jacob Smith on the back of Ross Armour here as well. So a couple of junk food outlets as well. We've had a couple of these little battles where the liveries are kind of in the same ballpark. That's nice to see.
Yeah, you're definitely not wrong. Geez, there's a lot of similar colours out there. It's making it tricky in my department too, but far out. Looking at this Wendy's car's making me a bit hungry. I could go for a hot dog about now. Far out. I haven't eaten all day.
Oh, fuck. Bit of KFC or something to go down a treat right now. I tell you what, Fat Boy 100%. In the commentary box. This happens all the time. It you could probably hear the salivation in the microphone, folks, tonight. I haven't had dinner either. I don't even think I've had lunch, mind you. I went to work. No, I've had nothing. I had 2 Guinnesses at work, which was nice, but not quite enough to fill the stomach up. And then the misso's cooking chicken schnitzels out there as well. I can just smell, and it's got me going. Bugger the race, and I'm going to go and eat something.
Very nice. Oh, far out. So we go back to the Mitre 10 car with the Tradie Energy. Is that a custom Mitre 10, or is that going off the old Mark Larkin livery, that one?
I think it is. Inspired by the old Larko livery.
Yeah, copy. Yeah, no, it looks very good regardless. You got a couple of old Supercars liveries going on, which I very much like to see. I miss the tradie cars from modern coverage. They were one of the good-looking ones from last year, but that's all right. We've still got Reynolds out there. Not quite in this race, though. So, yeah, we keep going along.
Some fans in the chat of you there, Ryan, as well. You'll see that pop up on your screen in just a moment. Everyone, new guy in the commentary box, Ryan Carlson, joining us for the first time on the coverage. Hopefully not the last, mate. We've got plenty of racing on, and so we'll get you in again. Here's Gretsch now, just getting the job done on a Sonia this time, without any incident. He goes on his merry way, you know what I mean. And up the front there is another one. There's so many of these Valvoline cars on the race tonight, and there has been all season long. That is Long Johnson up there in... hang on a moment. Let's see if I can fix that up. Car. There we go.
Got to refresh your trading paints again, mate.
Yeah, it's just not working. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I will. I'll refresh it a 5th time and see what happens. Absolute... debacle.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans that is the word I was looking for. Shenanigans here in the commentary box. We've got just over 5 minutes to go, or just under 6 minutes, mind you. And they're starting to back up here a little bit as well. Brock Clark at the front of this little battle pack. He is yet to make a pit stop, mind you. Surely they're going to have to come in. I swear the fuel was at a burn where they just weren't able to make it around, unless they've been fuel saving this entire time. And if so, what an absolute stroke of genius of these guys to stay out and just feather the throttle around this circuit.
Yeah, 100%. That'd be a strategy masterclass if he can pull that off. But we can see we got Armour putting the chainmail on and looking like he's ready to get the sword out and have a bit of a fist fight with this guy.
Very nice. Very nice. Now you're getting it.
Very nice. I love watching these cars. We'll see if he gets on the slides through this next slow corner. Very hard to put the power down on these. I hate it. Like, it's rough because you can set them up to handle through a corner but not get the power down, or you can set them up to get the power down and not handle through a corner. Looks like he's doing all three, so it's way more than what I can do.
Yeah, it's always a compromise. I've noticed in the supercars as well. If you want a bit of front end grip, it does come at a cost of rear end grip. So finding the balance of, I guess, the majority of turns on a circuit is paramount to getting some sort of drivable car as well. So the guys have got their work cut out for them in the setup department, as they are very difficult cars to drive. They do have an option of throttle. I forget what it is. There's something about throttle sensitivity or something. Here goes Armour having a look around the outside of Ash Rogers though, and now they all line up 2 by 2. That's Luke Fallon in the midst of it too. He's going to be trying to cut his way through here, but Ash Rogers not really sure which side of the track he wants to go on, so he goes straight down the middle. And Luke Fallon just having to, I think, really get out of the throttle there, maybe even on the brakes to avoid that tradie car that just sort of parked it right in the middle of the circuit. And Ross Armour, seeing what was going on, I think he got out of it as well, thinking, you know what, this is going to just end in tears if I keep locked right in. And he just went on a really big trip down to Narnia there as well. Fallon giving Rogers a little bit of a rogering of his own medicine down there into that turn as well. A little bit more damage on the front end of that car. But let's look at the back end and just see how close he gets in a few of these turns. Luke Fallon up 14 positions this time. That's worthy of a really nice really nice drive there from him, giving him the flash. There's 3.5 minutes to go, mate. Don't be flashing. You got to get the overtake done fair and square. You may have the pace, but it is a hard track to overtake. Here goes Rogers, full defensive now into the right-hander. The switchback is on. Is he going to park it on the apex? He does, but Fallon slips under the inside there as well. Now the switchback's on through the next couple of turns. Fallon compromised, but really gets the power down, and see you later. Rogers not getting the best of exits now, and it will be Armour pulling alongside, and they will go side by side down there into turn 3.
Yeah, far out. It's a bit long ball at the moment. We see Armour trying to go around the outside, keeping it off the tyre barrier there too. Far out. Rogers is making that car as wide as a bloody... something that's very wide. Nothing's coming to my head at the moment.
But double-decker bus in London.
Yeah. Wide as an excavator on the back of an oversized truck. How about that one?
Very good. I like it. Oh, look at this. Bit egg stuck into the back of him there. Smith almost making contact with... he did make contact with Armour there as well. Losing the rear and just sort of rubbing the wall on the exit there. Here comes Chris Townend. After a disastrous night, he's been in more trouble than bloody... look out. As I say that, he's just served up a bit of his own medicine and sent poor old Jacob Smith spinning around. Oh dear. So the stewards are going to have their hands full again after this round, but it was always going to be that way. Street circuits and big heavy cars with no driving aids always kind of bring out that kind of thing. But we're almost on the last lap. Let's see where Blake Fitz is in terms of around the circuit. Looks like he's down the back there somewhere with 1.5 minutes to go. So next time across will be the second last time across. This is the second last lap, folks. Blake Fitz, he's made it a double. What a drive.
Yeah, all the kerfuffling that's been going on down the back half of the field, we didn't even notice that he'd gone back into the lead because Doyle was ahead of him before the pit stops. He seems to have just dialed the thing up to 11 and sent it past him by the looks.
Yeah, he's got that job done in the pit lane, I believe. I'm just looking back through my notes here. Yeah, he must have just come in a little bit early. Let's have a look at what lap they did come in into the pits in. So Fitz has not made a pit stop yet. That's probably why.
Wow. Yeah, that'll do it, eh?
Certainly would. So no stops and fuel saving to the end, so he won't need to make a stop. But I tell you what, that's the end. That looks like the checkered flag. Surely not. Or maybe that was the white flag being waved there by the marshal. So this is the final lap. 3.7 seconds down the road is Jack O'Dyle with a new set of tyres on. He's coming for his pit stop. Blake Fitz has decided to keep it out there on that same old raggedy bit of rubber that's just separating him and that supercar to the tarmac. You can see in the background Jack O'Dyle just taking tenths out in every single corner. This could be tight, folks. By the end of this lap, I reckon Dial's going to be right there on the back of him. As you can see on your timing towers there, is just holding steady at 3.5 seconds, down to 3.3, 3.3, 3.2 almost. Fitz doing a really good job on that dead set of tyres, and he'll be just pretty much running off the fumes of an oily rag here at the moment as well.
Yeah, 100%. It's line ball at the front, but if you also notice down in 19th, we've got our knight in shining armour that's got a meatball.
Oh, no. Poor bastard.
And he's gone into the bits. So I don't know how that's happened, but yeah, we've still got him hanging on. He's only lost in the last couple of seconds.
Yeah.
Well, now 3 tenths, 4 tenths, it's going down.
Yeah, that's right.
It'll be pretty line ball.
Yeah, two and a bit to go, but only a few turns remain between Blake Fitz, Jack Dial, and a clean sweep here from Blakey. He's driven well all night. Here he goes now through the final couple of turns. He's got the headlights ablaze. That will be a 2 from 2 from Blake Fitz. Beautiful driving there as well. And I'll tell you what, some really nice strategy in the end too to get in front of Dial, who was really speedy tonight, probably the fastest out there on track. And I mean, here's a window into how that race turned out. Blake Fitz's best lap was a 1:33 dead. Jack O'Dyle a 1:31.9. So over a second quicker there for their best laps. But it was the strategy call in the end that got Fitzy across the line. And I think he's pretty happy with that one, Ryan Carlson.
Yeah, 100%. Out of all the strategy calls we were calling, I don't think that one, fuel-saving one, was at the top of the list. So it's definitely good on him for making that one work. I think there were a couple others that were also trying to make the same thing work. It explains why he was sort of looking like he was in a bit of strife at the start of the race too. But he's done a bloody marvellous job of that one, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, it looks like Brock Clark as well, getting a pile up there after the line. Getting into P3 on that strategy too, so really working out for him. Really nicely done, and his first time in the podium probe coming up, folks. You wouldn't be a part of the Discord, so you're going to have to listen to a one-sided bit of commentary interviews coming right up, Ryan Carlson.
Yeah, right. It sounds good. I'll turn on the YouTube, eh?
Yeah, you'll get it about 25 seconds after it goes to air, but I'll join their race chat there as well and see if the boys come in. I'll give them a little while to make their way into the chat. If they want to have a little interview, it's there, folks, but I'll give them about 30 or 40 seconds. If they don't, then we'll have to wrap it up. But I'll tell you what, really nicely done from the boys out there tonight. It was a tough circuit to get around, and Blake Fitz proving that he's got the goods there in street circuit land.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely a skilled drive from all of them. Well, I suppose except for the ones that ended up in the fence on their own, that wasn't quite as skilled as they needed to be. But yeah, 100%. Hey, out of curiosity, can you drag and drop me from another voice chat?
Maybe if you're in this Discord, certainly can. Yeah,
I'll go into general.
Yeah, go into the Aussie Sim Racing Discord. That's where I'm parked.
Oh, yes.
Got Luke Fallon, but he wasn't in the top 3, so you don't get an interview, my old son. We'll get, hopefully, Fitz, Dial and Clark in the next few moments. Otherwise, we're going to have to... we're going to have to wrap it up. Get a few little replays up in the meantime. At the end of this one, no one out there. It's all right. We'll make up for it on the next one, folks. Oh, there we go. It was. Oh, I see. Maybe Fallon deserved to be P3 there. A little nudge into the wall from the Mitre 10 entry. Takes P3 on the very last lap. That's some controversy here, folks. But we have not been joined by the top three, so I think that's going to be all we wrote tonight, folks. That's been another sensational TV production here. My name is Chris Munro. We've had Ryan Carlson for the first time in the commentary box. Thank you very much, mate, for coming along. It's been a ripper of a broadcast and a hell of a lot of fun for me.
Yeah, 100%. I've loved it. That was the quickest hour, I reckon, of the day. So can't wait to get back into the next one if you'll have me.
Yeah, absolutely. The door is always open. And it does, yeah. It goes quick out here as well. 20, 40 minutes in the blink of an eye. But that's all we got time for, folks, tonight. This has been a sensational TV production. That was Aussie Sim Racing's Gen3 Supercars. We're going to be back next week for those guys as well, but an action-packed week coming up on Sensational TV. So don't go anywhere. Give the thing a like and a subscribe if you're into it. If not, we'll see you on the next one. Thank you very much for watching. As Zach O'Reilly always says, keep it flat out.
Sensational TV YouTube channel. Don't fucking miss it.